Come on down if you with it. Wake up, let's go, we're on a mission. Recognize we've got that power. And we make sure that you know it. Got that pride, go ahead and show it. Stand up, fight back, no time for hoping. Recognize we got that power. Don't stop until we get it. Come on down if you with it. Wake up, let's go, we're on a mission. Recognize we got that power. And we make sure that you know it. Got that pride, go ahead and show it. Stand up, fight back, no time for hoping. Recognize we got that power.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. You're now tuned in to the Elife Power Lunch Show with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray. Happy March, everyone.
Hey, how's it going, Chris?
It's going well. I'm enjoying this terrible weather. Got a little spring fever with this spring preview, and just looking forward to new beginnings. I know we talked about it before that it seems more like this should be the start of the new year versus like in January when it's gloomy and when it's cold. So I'm ready to get my own new year started. How about you?
Absolutely. I would love for this to just continue on out and we not have to go through the crazy weather that we see back and forth, up and down. So yeah, I'd like that. That would be a good thing.
Definitely. And speaking of that brings me to my hot topic. In my timeline and just in my personal life, talking to people, everybody's sick. No one knows what to do. So I had to bring that to the table today. What can we do from a nutritional perspective to kind of prevent ourselves from catching these colds because it's 75 one day and then 40 or 30 the next day?
It's not just that everybody's sick with a cold. Mm-hmm. There's so many people that are sick with cancer. I mean, cancer's like out of control, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, at what point do people start saying, well, wait a minute, something's going on? When you poison a people and 500,000 die in a day, then, well, it may be too late for people to get up and get excited and say, hey, we need to do something about this. But at least you know that, okay, something is going wrong. But I think when you do this and the people are just kind of filtering away slowly, dropping off the planet slowly.
Right.
Our aunts and uncles are not living to 80 and 90 years of age. They're living to 60 and 50 and 40 and 30.
Right.
And we're okay with that. I think that's a big problem. And we have to now look at not only colds and flu and whatever else seems to be just plaguing us routinely, like this is just a regular thing, like diabetes and high blood pressure and heart disease. Like they're just regular. We should all anticipate getting them diseases.
Right.
Something's wrong.
Right, definitely. Mm-hmm. That mindset has to change, like you said. Just the fact that we accept it, as a normality, that's definitely something that we have to change. And that's why we have this platform here to share information with you so that you can start to change your mindset, start to help people around you change their mindset as well. So as you're tuning in, be sure to share. We're Elife Power Lunch on all the social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. We have some great information there. Also on YouTube, we have videos available. If you don't get to catch us live, you can always tune in to YouTube and replay and watch and binge watch and all that good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We want to get our audience engaged. I think more people want to learn about what it is that we're talking about. I think there are people who kind of take it for granted that, sickness is just a reality and good information and you can find it anywhere. But no, not only is good information I found everywhere, but the information that we're sharing is live and it's authentic and it's real and it's from the heart, and we're really trying to help people get better. There's not like some vitamin ad that we have at the end of what it is that we're doing to try to get you to now purchase this vitamin as we've now defined for you a problem that you have that you didn't know you had before you started listening to us, but now you think you've got it because you've got all the symptoms that we've listed out, but so with everybody.
Right.
You need to get this vitamin.
Right.
So it's a different world.
Right, definitely. And speaking of sharing information and making introductions, we do have a special guest on the line, Miss Angel Livas of DC Media Connection, and the newly formed Creative Introduction is with us. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am well. Thank you.
We're going to come back to you in just 1 second.
Well, we're going to come back. Hang tight for a second.
We forgot to do that. You came in with the music bed. This is all this technology.
That's right. Look, she's all about introductions, so that's a grand when she gets the music.
Okay, there we go. Now we can go back to the introduction. Bam!
There she is. Hello again.
Can you hear us?
Hello.
There she is. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us again. Once again, this is Miss Angel Elife of DC Media Connections and Creative Introduction. Did I get it right?
You did.
I'm so excited about that, but I know we should start from the beginning for those of our viewers and listeners who aren't familiar with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and about how you got started with DC Media Connection.
Okay, so as Chris mentioned, my name is DC Media Connections. Yes, it feels like it.
Yes, one with the brain.
Right. My name is Angel Elife, and before launching my companies, I did media work. So I've essentially worked in both television and radio for the last 20 years almost. Mm-hmm. And in that time frame, I've done everything from producing for such award-winning hosts as Jane Pauley, Larry King, among others. And what I find my passion to be is helping other people find and identify their voice, mm-hmm. and to speak essentially like into existence like what it is that they want for themselves.
Right.
So creating a platform to help them to be able to articulate like this is what they want, this is who they want to be. And so that's essentially what Creative Introduction does. We created a platform for people who, if they're looking for a job, they can come out and do like a digital video profile or anything just to get the word out and to help people get greater visibility.
Right, and I love it. I've been online. I've seen. Well, you know, I came to the what was it called? The
celebration.
Yes, and I loved it. But since then, you guys have posted several other examples, and they're fabulous. I encourage everyone to go and check out those videos, and I know we'll give you that contact information towards the end of the interview. But my question is, how important is it really to have something like this in this age of social media, a digital age? I mean, it just seems like everything is just so normal now. How important is it to have a service like you're offering?
So one of the things that's so funny, I was listening to a online web gospel channel the other day, mm-hmm. and one of the things that the pastor said was that everybody is popping up with their own, like, everybody thinks that they're a media maven now that social media has
right.
things so easy for you to like whip out your phone and do a video, or you know, now everybody claims to be all these like multimedia specialists.
Right.
What we do is you actually have trained award-winning media professionals who capture your story in a very professional, a very succinct and tailored fashion, mm-hmm. to help you get brand awareness. So in the event that you're looking for a job, oftentimes people, they should know by now that employers, they check out your social media pages. They want to see who they're hiring, who they're bringing in. And if you have like a very professional video that you're talking about, these are my skills, these are my capabilities, this is what I bring to the table, or this is what I'm passionate about, then that sets you apart from your counterparts. Because now they see that you're not just trying to pitch them when you're turning in an application or a cover letter, but now they see that across your platforms you have something where you're telling people and articulating to the world, this is who I am, this is what I'm good at, and this is why companies want me. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I think that is an awesome toolkit to have. I think on top of that, LinkedIn, I think every hiring manager looks at LinkedIn.
Right.
Or a contractor, if they're looking to do a partnership with a subcontractor, they may look and check out like who are these people that they would potentially be working with, and it gives them an opportunity to not only like review a resume, but to have like an introduction to that individual.
Right, and I like I said, I love that, because again, you're keeping everybody ahead of the times. Like you said, everybody's a social media expert, everybody's a media maven, like you said, and now you have some quality work that's going to come out, and that's something that I believe, and I'm sure you guys believe. Obviously, you have a company based off of it, but that truly sets people apart. Now, you mentioned resumes and individuals. Do you work with companies and organizations as well?
Oh, absolutely. So, actually, we are in the middle of a deal where we would be assisting, like the Women's Memorial, do a video to help draw attention to the memorial. This is Women's History Month. We would be remiss not to mention that. It's the first day.
Yes.
And so to have something to draw a crowd to the memorial, so they've reached out for our services. Other large corporations and other nonprofits. Earlier today, I was having a conversation with a company who does government contracting, and they essentially do job placement. So they want us to essentially do videos to help them build like resumes online for their clients to come in and now have more than just a resume, but an introduction. And that was the premise and the genesis of Creative Introduction.
Yeah, this is Dr. Baruch. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Very well, very well. I am a business owner, 3 restaurants currently, and I'm always interested in finding out how I can increase my exposure, improve on my brand, and of course generate more money. You know, if someone is in my position, how does that process start? How do we, move forward with engaging?
So it's very simple. Everything is done online. You can go to our website, creativeintroduction.com. And on our site, it literally will be a pop-up that says, hey, do you want to contact us? Or you can even go to our creative services page, and it breaks down all of our packages that are available. And you can book your appointment when you would like to come in, or if you want us to come out to your restaurant, or whatever the business might be for other listeners. And we will do everything for you. I think the other entity about what we do that is unique and different is we actually have a producer work with you, because everybody is not camera ready. Everybody does not know how to write copy that translates into something that's conversational. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things that we will work with you on, depending on your package, but all of our packages includes somebody to at least assist you while you are in studio, and even like 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, just to make sure that you know what you're saying, and that you're ready to go. Because at the end of the day, your time is money, and so the least amount of time that we can spend, once you get in the studio, fixing you up and making sure you sound great, we try to do a lot of that beforehand. So we have like an intake form. Everything is online, which you can complete. We have a fact sheet online just to give you pointers, like, what should you wear? And everybody doesn't necessarily have to come in a suit and tie. Depending on what your occupation is, you may want to dress to show that, the relevancy of what it is and what your skills are.
Yeah. And I think in listening to what you're saying, we were actually toying around with some things the other day here at the restaurant, and I wanted to mention to Chris actually the need for us to really improve upon our presentation. And one of the things that I thought about is many times we'll do an interview with somebody, or we'll be talking about what the food is that we have here at the restaurant. We'll talk about what it is that we have on the menu that day. And after looking at one of the videos that we, again, just kind of toying around with it on the front end, I realized that we probably should have done a voiceover. And that would have been something that you would have known on the front end, as opposed to trying to do it in the midst of all the other background noise. It might have gone over better. And having that level of expertise and that experience is kind of, again, you talk about time. It gets you to your destination quicker. And it also it makes for a better product at the end of the day, and ultimately that translates or should translate into then your end user, your customer, generating more money. Because that's what when I come to a marketing person, I'm looking for how you gonna help me make more money.
Right.
And I think my question would then go to, one of the challenges I have with marketing companies is marketing people, a guy who says he knows everything and can help me, is I pay them up front. And I know it's tough because they do the work up front, so why shouldn't they get paid up front? But my objective is to get paid so that I can pay. My objective is to generate more money to then justify me continuing this budget. Now, I pay my rent up front too. So I do understand the idea behind, upfront money. Is there anything that you offer to a customer who's been bewildered behind the thousands of marketing campaigns that they've launched and none of them seemingly has worked? Is there anything that you're doing to help them kind of put their, get their toe in the water so that you can help them get started? Is there like a trial package, a sample package? Is there anything that helps a person get back engaged who's now got cold feet because they've had bad experiences?
So that's more DC Media Connection, the marketing end of things. That is what we do is we ask for half up front. And I don't know very many companies that will do less than half, but even like a trial package, because there's so much work that goes into marketing.
Right.
At least because you have to become well acclimated with your client very quickly. And what I typically do is we generally offer a 30-minute complimentary consultation. And in my opinion, if I can't show you that I know what I'm doing in 30 minutes, then you don't need to work with me.
Right.
And anything outside of that, then that's when we start adding on like customized packages for you. So one of the things that we do is we'll create like a brand strategy if that's what it is that you're looking for. But before we do any of that, we have to do a full evaluation of who you are, what your brand looks like, sounds like to your audience. What is it that you want it to look like and sound like? Mm-hmm. And then so we create that report, and then that's what, you have to pay for us to do that, but at least that gives you a soundboard where you can see, like, we're not just coming in saying we're going to work magic. We're at least going to come in and show you this is where you need help, and this is how we can help you. Because anybody who's claiming, oh, I'm going to come in, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, unless you're like a brand new business starting from scratch, it's not being honest, because I don't know what your successes were, what your failures were. I don't know how people relate to you as an industry. So you have to find out like what's worked and what hasn't before you start saying, okay, let's do this. Let's create this plan.
Right. And just to add on to that, I think definitely what you're saying is true. Another part of that is track record. What proof do you have? Can you show me some results? What have you done for someone else? Because like you said, a lot of times people come in the door saying, I can do X, Y, and Z. Okay, perfect. Let me see how you did that for someone else, And I think that's something that definitely helps, just also being in the marketing space, to help kind of weed out the opportunity for you to be bamboozled, I guess, if, for lack of a better word.
Right.
And let me drop something in. I think there's one thing that has worked tremendously well, and I don't know that this fits into your business model, but I think it's something for us to start looking at and considering. I had a guy who was connected to real people. Not just a guy who had 5,000 people on his Facebook page, but he had real people that he was connected to. And what he would do is he had these people, much like if you go out on eBay and you see these buttons where you can buy 1,000 likes. You know, he was talking. He used that as an example. He said, "I'm not. These aren't virtual people. These are real people." And he said, "I'm going to bring real people to you." And it was a really interesting experience. It was a good experience, and it's something that I saw work. And I don't know whether you have anything like that, where you're able to literally show somebody, look, you know what? I tell you what we're going to do is we're now going to have a month worth of activity at your place of business, which I know goes probably away from digital to more so real people, you know, flesh and blood, you know, media and getting people to show up. But that really was probably one of our better experiences. What's your take on that, and maybe what are you doing in that space?
Well, I'm not quite sure I understand the question. Like, so are you saying that I understand the fact of, you know, not buying followers and things like that on social media, but what did he do to get people there? I guess that's...
Right. So he had this mob. He just had a mob of people. I don't know how he worked it out. It was kind of like a Groupon, but it wasn't over the internet. It was literally, he contacted us. He said, look, we want to help you increase your customer base. And he said, I've got real people that are going to come out and do real business with you. You're going to give them a discount. You're going to give me a cut. So it was a real time planned evening of him bringing us customers, him helping us make a better presentation to these customers. So he came and he said, you know, why don't we do this? Why don't we touch up that paint? Why don't you know, do this in this room and maybe allow people to sit along this wall? And he did a whole lot of things. And it was a really interesting experience because it was what we do. It was kind of like helping us do what we do already and improving upon it. And then bringing the people to have the experience and being there to kind of chaperone us and make us know things that we need to be doing real time while they were there to help them have a good experience, to make them want to come back. And then he had some form that what they did is they did some digital, like they text a certain information to a certain number. So it would be the name, the email address, and then we would have them in the database. And it was just a whole series of things that he did in a real time, as opposed to digital space, a real time space, which I think was good because for a business owner, I was able to see it real time, live. I knew exactly what I got, and I paid exactly for what I got. And he walked out the door with a check, and everybody walked out the door happy. And some of them actually were customers for the first time that evening and have been customers ever since that evening. So it's probably not the business that you all are in, but it might be something that you consider. It might be a good partnership. If I have his information, I'll see what I can do to get it to you, because it might be a good way to, you know, give your customers a good experience, you know, give them that shot in the arm. And then, of course, the rest of the packages that you all have to offer, it can just be integrated. But I'm maybe overthinking. Tell me what your thoughts are.
No, not at all. Like, so I do have a company that I work with and partner with that does essentially very similar things that this individual does. And the company is called Reconnaissance. And Reconnaissance works with a lot of restaurants. Because I think the restaurant industry, it's something where Groupons work very well. And even essentially, I feel like he did a Groupon type model where you get feedback. You were able to capture customer data where you can follow up with them. I don't, like DC Media Connection, we don't necessarily do that. But like I said, I do work with other marketing firms that do that specifically. We focus more so on, so let's say, now that he's gone, he's brought all these customers in, we're going to help you retain them.
Yep.
So, you know, sending out like the marketing materials and, you know, keeping them engaged with what you guys have going on, making sure they know what specials you have and all of those different entities. So we essentially keep the conversation going, or even building engagement with your potential customers. Whereas that type of marketing is more, it's definitely very specialized, and I applaud people who have that skill set. But I'm definitely more of the communicator and tracking how you can best communicate with your target audience what is it that they want to see? What is it that they want to hear? And what keeps them coming back for more?
Yes. It's definitely a great business when you can get a business to really do it right, get it right, and really help you get on track. I've seen it do wonders for businesses. And so I'm really interested in going to your website and seeing the packages that you do offer, and the kind of successes that you've had. Do you have some of the success stories there on your website?
So Creative Introduction, it just started this month.
Oh, okay.
So, or last month now, since it is the first. So we don't have a lot. Well, no, actually we do. We have testimonials that are up on Creative Introduction as well. And yes, DC Media Connection, we have testimonials on that site as well.
Great. So now wait a minute. So there are two businesses and you, or is it one business and there's subsidiaries of the business? Help me out.
Two totally different companies. So I essentially have two companies and a brand. Actually, two brands.
Okay.
Perfect. And then you're also an author. Tell us a little bit about your book that you are a part of. We had a photo of it, but I don't think we can share it at this time, but we will when we edit it.
So Permission to Win is the first compilation book that I had the pleasure of being a part of. It came out earlier this year, and it essentially is a compilation of stories from women. And they really supposed to speak to like adolescent girls, but when you read it, it's applicable to anybody, especially any woman at any age in her life, because there are just stories of like what they had to go through, how they overcame, believing in yourself, not being afraid to step out on faith and pursue whatever your dreams are, and just knowing at the end of the day that you don't need permission from anyone to win. You have all of God's gifts in you, to walk out there and claim whatever it is that you want for yourself.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good. And so I can get you here. And being an author is no small thing, and sharing from your heart what it is that you want people to know, or maybe what people really need to hear sometimes is a challenge. Because when I think about the entertainment industry is caught in a loop, and it's a vicious cycle of not giving the people what they need to hear, but giving the people what they want to hear or what they want to see, and that doesn't necessarily move people forward. It sounds like what you've produced is more so in line with, okay, this is the success guide, this is the step-by-step, this is the GPS model map to get you to success, and these are some testimonies of people who have achieved success, and that's exactly what people need nowadays.
Yeah, and so that book is was put together by Miss Kimberly Hart, an amazing individual who started an organization called Daughters of Legacy. And I believe it's 8 Daughters of Legacy who they're the main storytellers. And then what they did was they reached out to other women across the country to include their personal, testimony of what they would have told their younger self almost. And so that is where I kind of came to play and included my section. I am in the process of writing my own book though, which hopefully will be coming out at some point.
Oh, we get the exclusive. I love it.
Yeah,
awesome. And I know you have an event this evening, and I definitely wanted to talk about that. Can you share with us a little bit about that for tonight, 6:30?
Sure. So, as I mentioned earlier, again, this is Angel Livis, president of DC Media Connection and CEO of Creative Introduction. Those are the two companies, but there are also two brands. And one of those brands is called The Woman Behind the Business. And the Women Behind the Business is a group that essentially encourages one another and with an understanding of who the woman behind the business is. Oftentimes with women empowerment groups and things like that, you really are focused on a culmination of different things, but it mainly being the business side of it. Mm-hmm. And so what we strive to do is to help encourage aspiring women who want to become business owners, as well as those who are current business owners, to be able to have a network with other individuals that they know and can grow and build a relationship with. Mm-hmm. So tonight's conversation focuses on balance. Yes, I feel like there's a difference between women CEOs and men CEOs. As a woman, you have the role of being a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, friend, and with each of those roles come additional responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And tonight we're going to kind of break that down, and we have some amazing panelists that will be joining us. Chris will be there capturing it all. Yes. And so it should be a really good time. This is our fourth installment of 5, and we have like 2 major announcements we'll be making this evening. So I'm really excited about that, and there's still a couple tickets left. So if anybody's interested in attending, they can go to wb4.eventbrite.com. That's WBB, the number 4.eventbrite.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And if you could share your contact information for Creative Introduction and DC Media Connection, because I know there are going to be some listeners that want to take advantage of those packages that you have with your services through DC Media Connection.
Absolutely. So DC Media Connection, you can follow us on social media at DC Media Connect, and our website is dcmediaconnection.com. And that's singular. There's no S at the end of connection. And our Creative Introduction contact information, you can follow us at Create Intro. And our website is creativeintroduction.com.
Wow, that's great. And we really appreciate the wisdom. And like I said, I look forward to going out on the site and learning more about what you do and how you can help a business like ours grow, because we really want to grow. We really want to expand, and we have 2 locations that are not doing as well as others, so maybe a tailored package for our scenario would be good. But we will definitely be looking forward to communicating with you and getting a package.
Well, what's the name of your restaurant? I may need you to plug it.
Everlasting Life is the name of the restaurant. That's the main restaurant. The others are Evolve Vegan Restaurant and Vigoritos. Vigoritos and Evolve are in Northwest Washington, D.C., and the other restaurant, Everlasting Life, which is the oldest one and more so the parent restaurant, is located in Capitol Heights, Maryland. Okay. Great. And maybe I can swing by. Is this a ladies only event tonight?
No. It's definitely not. So please come on by. Register, go to wbb4.eventbrite.com. With that, you get a complimentary adult beverage. We have hors d'oeuvres before networking, and then we move into a separate room where we have a panel conversation.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for over a month. I'm excited to be there and share. I've been to a few of them before, and they're absolutely phenomenal, and that's no exaggeration. I'm in the marketing space, but I'm awed and motivated every time that I go, because there's fresh information. There are amazing connections that you can make, which is really important. It's nice to go and get good information, but just to have other people, business cards, phone numbers, email addresses, where you can pick up the phone and say, hey, let's do something. Let's grow together. That to me is invaluable. So I highly, highly recommend everyone, male, male, female, everyone to go out and check it out because it's nice. It's an elegant space, great energy. Just, I don't know, I have tons of good things to say. You guys have to come out and check it out for yourself.
Great. Well, thank you very much for coming on with us. We greatly appreciate it. Look forward to getting an update from you as you grow your business and your brand and you become more successful. We'd love to hear about your great success down the road.
Awesome. Thank you. It was a pleasure being here with you, and thank you for inviting me, Chris.
No problem. We'll see you later today.
Great. That was some really good information.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited about that. As you guys can tell, I'm also excited about the things that we have coming up here at Everlasting Life Restaurant. We have the fitness challenge, I know. And if you haven't signed up and called about that, then I know you're missing out. You're a little bit behind because the warm weather is certainly approaching fast. And so if you want to get your fit body together, now is the time to do it, not after the weather has changed over. And we have to have her come on one day. So let's make that connect to have her come on and be a guest. Jessica Lane.
Yes,
I've heard phenomenal things about her. The movie night is every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. And I've seen that Hidden Colors series has been very popular. Yes. And we've received some great feedback on that showing of the movie and the discussion that takes place after. So make sure you guys come out and check that out.
This week, it's Urban Kryptonite.
Urban Kryptonite. Okay,
right.
I'm not familiar with that,
Urban
but
I'm
going to look it up.
And produced and directed by a brother. And so it's a good piece. It's a lot of different clips from different people and what their interpretation is of what's going on in the world around us and why things seem to be crumbling for us in particular. So he talks about this kryptonite reality that we need to start checking into a little bit more seriously.
Okay, I love it. I love it. And then we have the Solstice Shopping Bazaar. The moment we've been waiting for is here this Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come out and check out the wonderful vendors that we have. Come support Black businesses, guys. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Spend your money where it matters, right here at Everlasting Life Vegan Restaurant, and that's at 9185 Central Avenue, right here in Capitol Heights, Maryland.
One more, we have the Health, Wealth, and Knowledge of Self this evening, and actually we're going to be talking about women's health again. We found that was really well received. We're going to do that again where we talk about, in particular, women's reproductive health, and I think that's a critical area that women are really attuned to and more alert and more wanting to figure out, okay, why is it that this tends to be a problem for most of us, and why do we seemingly have the very same symptomology or issues, and we're all going in for the same surgeries, and maybe there's something that maybe God made us right, maybe we're doing something wrong as opposed to vice versa. Like, I don't have this hereditary condition that everybody else has. Maybe it's my lifestyle. So maybe. Yeah, so that's that's something that we'll be talking about tonight on the Health, Wealth, and Knowledge of Self series.
That's right. So that's 7 p.m. tonight, and I'm looking forward to it. Yep.
Well, it's been a great show as always. It's always exciting to learn about new people and what it is that they're doing and the businesses that they have or the ideas that they have, the vision that they have. And again, all in an effort to make you, the audience, viewing and listening audience, better. This is about empowering you. So please do share, like, subscribe, and do all of those other things on the Elife Media Group page. This is the Elife Power Lunch with Chris Murray and Dr. Brooke. Signing off for now, but again, this is what we do. So you want to find us here every Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 to 1, right here on the Elife Media Network. Have a good week.
Take care, guys.